Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I thought it would be useful to kind of check in on the co-creation project, which is our decentralized project on how you can kind of engage more with your local environment and indeed work with the plant kingdom a little bit more. So most of the activity is going on in Hekate's garden. It's very loose. There's lots of resources there, lots of great people sharing what's going on in their gardens and the scale, big and small, of their initiatives this year. So as part of that, I kind of wanted to show you what I'm doing in the morning. So first off, what's going on in the greenhouse? So you can see here we've got a whole selection of pumpkins, a whole array of them. Now these are mostly uchikuri, which are a small Japanese pumpkin, which are really nutty and lovely. And the goal really here is around, if you think about if each one of these provides one pumpkin, there's also one called Crown Prince, which is a lovely one as well. But if each one of these provides one pumpkin, that is basically a meal a week across the autumn and winter period. That's pretty much how I see it. So you've got here, some more here, and then a larger array here. You can see I'm potting them up as we get a bit bigger. I've got some sprouting broccoli here, some beans, chilies, rhubarb, more pumpkins, and then a whole tray of green onions or scallions. There's some tomatoes, which have been gifted by my neighbour, and then I've got a few of my own little tomato seedlings here, courgette plant, and these are all my chilies, which will be deposited into buckets as they get bigger. So the whole greenhouse will be filled with the chilies as we basically go throughout the summer season. Now what I'll be doing with these is essentially fermented hot sauce. So all of these serve a product. They all serve towards a purpose. They create a product. The tomatoes are just, sun-dried tomatoes or indeed just off the vine. The pumpkins create a meal per week across the winter. The scallions, they'll go throughout the winter, so they all add up to something. It all has an accumulative effect towards the year's food. So the next thing I wanted to show you is what have we got in the bed. We've got carrots and mustards, so a mixture of long-term crops and seasonal or other salads that I can come again with. This is half carrots, all carrots. The sticks are chicken defenses, carrots, and then we've got a mixture of salads and carrots that have just gone out into the garden. There's a couple of spring onions there as well. This is the tomato bed, which is what these aluminium poles are for. You can see there's some scallions that have been overwintering. There's the beehive, hooray! And in here we've got garlics and some spring onions as well. So these have been overwintered. These trellises are protection from the chickens. These little vegetable destroyers / boon givers in their eggs. And you can see they have a lovely cherry blossom. How many hen houses have a cherry tree in there? And in this bed here, in this planter here, that will be sewn up with some beans and some climbing plants. But this is horseradish, which I need to harvest soon, and some coriander. Now across here we have another onion bed. There's going to be some rhubarb and a courgette plant going into this area. So it's kind of dark and they got wide leaves and can soak lots of light. This trellis structure here is vertical growing basically, so we're going to get about 30 pumpkins in there, so I'm maximizing the space. And you can see there's a couple of spring onions that have been overwintered in there, and a little foxglove plant at the back there. This is another bed with radishes. At the moment they're very quick growing crop. There's some garlics in there as well. That's going to be filled with spring onions to overwinter. So it's not a huge amount of space, but it's maximizing everything that I can get into it really. So more planters. Now what you can see here is we got some mint, some thyme, some chives, coriander, more chives, and oregano. Now I find year 2 is when your herbs really come into their own. So that's one to look out for. And some of these are just store-bought chives. So there's plenty you can do with them, but herbs are definitely where it's at. So this is more chicken defenses, but this is chamomile, some more chamomile. There's St. John's wort over there, some lemon balm for tea, some pretty scabby looking mint plant, which hopefully will improve, and some rosemary. So we're growing a selection in there, and there's a yarrow plant, lavender. So I'll take a mixture of all that and I'll kind of make a tea out of it. And over here we have some more carrots, some more sage, again year 2, looking healthy, thyme, and under here we've got coriander, or cilantro as some of you American chaps call it. I grow them for the seeds primarily, and I grind it up and make coriander powder. There we go, some strawberries just for fun. There's some onions in that, but it's going to be, I'm going to put some parsnips in there, more rosemary, foxglove, sweet pea, and under here we've got coriander, dill, more coriander under here, more coriander, and parsley. Parsley is absolutely essential for your kitchen garden. So there you go, the light's going now, but that gives you an idea of what I'm growing, and I hope that inspires you to have a look at what you can do with your space, and make that addition to your own food capability and resources, and you'll be really surprised what it will do to how you approach food and how you approach your kitchen, and not to mention your own witchcraft and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's good fun. I hope you guys engage with it and have some fun with it. Bye. That's it for me. Talk soon.